What's up, YouTube fans? Today, we're going to take a look at the FansToys Hitch, their version of a masterpiece hoist. I got this from Nick the Toy Guy. I also have another one coming from Toy Dojo. Thanks to Paik for sending that out to me. And I had to be honest, I was not excited for this figure. The reason being, I'm not really a big Hoist fan. It's just kind of a boring character to me, and it also kind of weird looking. But once I had it in hand, once I played with this and kind of felt the materials and the quality, my whole outlook changed. This really is a very cool figure. There's a lot going on here. Now, it obviously comes pretty mistransformed in the box, so I need to show you quite a bit. I tried to show it on unboxing, but I missed a few things, a bunch of things. So, number one, you're going to want to pull back on this backpack, get it unpegged. The best way to do that is maybe push here, and that'll allow you to lift this up. It will be tabbed in down here. Lift this up, and we undid his backpack here. Come to the inside, there's two panels, and you can either use a fingernail or a spudger, but basically you're going to want to flip out these two panels here. They like to flip back in, so just be careful, but these two here. And I'm just noticing he's kind of like a pumpkin. It's orange and green. Anyway. There's another panel down here on the inside, and you want to get that folded out. These are just filler pieces. They're very slight changes to his look. But you can see this one kind of fills out the gap right there, and these are going to fill out the gap right in between his abs. Right? So make sure those are on the outside, and then this is going to fold back in, and we'll get this down and peg down in here. And then give it a push up here, so this is going to slide back on. Come to the bottom here, this is going to tab in. You're actually meant to open this. You could actually do it the other way too if you wanted to leave this closed, but it does have to tab in onto that little gold die-cast piece. Push that back on if it came out. Then we're going to take the waist, rotate 180 degrees. And you may need to adjust the legs up or down, but that's kind of how it's going to look. And then you can rotate the arms 180 degrees. I don't know why they did that, just to confuse you. And the last thing is the head might be popped up a little bit, might be sitting off kilter. It does go all the way down. So I recommend you pull it all the way out, get it, kind of loosened up, and then push it all the way down. It will snap in. You just got to give it a nice push, and it should sit nice and flush on the top. All right, and now we are ready to rock and roll with Hitch. And I have to tell you, I was kind of like, I don't like the silver. It doesn't look like the cartoon. By the way, let's put the cartoon up there. Having it in hand, I love the silver. I love the chrome. I just think it looks premium. The only downside is it's black metal, so it's a fingerprint magnet. But it's gorgeous. This is gorgeous. I like the silver. Sometimes the white, even though it is cartoon accurate, it looks kind of funny. So, I don't know. There's something about it. Let's take a quick look around. He is pretty compact. His backpack is really, really nice and smooth here. I knocked it out there, but it is nice and flat. And you do want to get these up too. I forgot to mention that, right? That's the classic Hoist look with the wings. But you have the choice. If you don't like the wings, you can fold them down. But really nice, clean backpack overall. I mean, these panels here obviously are part of Hoist's design. So it is what it is. That's one of the reasons I never really liked Hoist. But this just really is beautiful. You got a lot of nice metallic green paint, silver paint here, metallic blue for the eyes, this metallic gray or gunmetal gray. You got a die-cast piece here for the scanner. That looks really good. It does just peg in on the back. And a little bit of silver paint down here. You get quite a few accessories. So there's a bunch of accessories for the head. So before we change out the head, here is the stock head with the die-cast piece. So you can lift and pull up on this entire assembly. Pull out on the head, and that will detach it from this ball peg. Then we can take the new head. So we'll take this toy head. We just got yellow eyes, green head, and then silver for the face mask. Just push that back onto the ball joint. It is a tight fit, by the way. And then take this die-cast scanner piece and just plug that back in. It is nice and tight. It doesn't move around back there. But there is the toy head. So if you prefer that look, you can have that. You'll also get this one. So if you like the scanner kind of built into the head, this looks more toy or more cartoon accurate because it's just kind of together. This head will be transformed slightly different than the other one because that one has a little bit of parts forming because you got to take this off and flip the head around. But there it is for that head. I actually like that one quite a bit. And then the last accessory, which also has to do with the head, is this mask here, painted in green with the orange eyes and a little bit of black detail, white detail for the teeth. They actually did some nice detailing on this. This just slides right onto the head, so get it up here. And that's it. There is your Hoist Goes to Hollywood mask. You can put this with your other figures that came with a mask accessory like this. Me personally, I don't care. Never going to display it like that, but this allows you to do that if you want to. And another accessory which kind of goes with this mask, it sort of finishes up the look, is the arm. So you get a alternate arm piece here and an alternate hand, so you can have two hands. And in the episode Hoist Goes to Hollywood, he actually has two hands up, so you can take these two pieces off. I'll show you how to put them back on. Slide this outwards. Take the new arm. Make sure you take the hand off the end, off the ball joint here. And you know what goes on where there's a half moon right on the inside of this? That's going to slide in. That's how you know it's the right direction. Then you take this piece here. When you see the R on top, that's the top of it. It's going to slide this up, and it's going to attach like that. Take this piece here, and this one has a slot on the outside. So make sure you line up that slot, and then push that up all the way. And the last step here is to take the hand and pop it on the ball joint. You can just, by friction, and there you go. There he's with the two hands. Now you can take this and do that and get him doing this. And now he's doing a look from the cartoon. So if you're really into this, Hoist Goes into Hollywood, you can give him that look. Me personally, it's not for me, but I do like that they gave you the option to have two hands. That's kind of cool. All right, now let's go over his articulation. The head is on a ball joint like I showed you earlier, so you get side to side, forward to there, down to there, and rotates all the way around. With the die-cast metal piece back here with the other head, it will still rotate, but it has a little bit less clearance there. But either head, any of them really move and work. You can take these, like I showed you earlier, and fold them down if you want. Really any angle. But it has a locking point at the right angle like that. Shoulders rotate around. Again, you've got to watch out for this. Make sure this is folded inwards or you'll collide here, and you could. It feels robust, but you just don't want to break that. It goes up there on that joint. You have a rotation here, and this panel actually goes up and down so you can get that out of the way. Rotation at the bicep. Single jointed elbow gets you basically slightly past 90 degrees. This does go in and out, but that's really just for transformation. For the other hand, you have a fully articulated hand, so it goes in and out on this ball joint. Each finger is individually articulated. It's got the rounded fingers, which actually I think look really good. I've never had a problem with the original FansToys fingers anyways, but these are pretty good as well. You got a ball joint here for the thumb and then another pin. So 1, 2 pins for each finger and then a ball joint there. So you can get those in some nice poses. Coming down your waist rotation, you don't have an ab crunch, but you can fake an ab crunch. So if you unpeg this, you can lift up here, and now you can hinge right there. So again, that's a fake ab crunch. It's not real. I'm not going to count it. It's not actual articulation, but you can kind of fake something there for a picture. But if you bring these all the way down, you can get it straight all the way up. Back to here, there's a little bit of hindrance there. Going back. Out to the side on friction. Nice ratchets there going back and forth though. Rotation at the thigh, that's pretty seamless. Single jointed knee gets you past 90 degrees. You have an ankle tilt that goes pretty far. If you open up this panel, you get even more, but that doesn't make any sense. So you're up to there, not really much the other direction, a little bit down and a little bit up. And for size comparison, there it is next to MP44 Optimus Prime. Fits in nicely. He's actually kind of taller bot compared to other versions of Hoist we've gotten, but I like the size overall. And for the comparison that people want to see, I think, is there it is next to X-Transbot's Payin, their version of Hoist. Very different designs here. I mean, they do have a lot of the cues of Hoist, but very different execution. What's really different here is the backpack. But I am going to do a full versus on these guys. So I don't want to spend too much time here other than to just show you these two next to each other. Alright, now let's get this guy transformed into his vehicle mode. It is relatively simple and fun transformation, but there are some differences from Outrider, so you need to kind of watch out and pay attention to the differences that we have. So come to the back here. We're going to unplug this. It looks like it was kind of unplugged already, but unplug that. We're going to slide these back. So the best way to show you is put your thumb here and push back, and that will push this backpack off here. Allow you to take this entire thing and lift this up. Come to the back here, open up these wings. And then you can take this backpack here, unpeg this whole thing, and you have to open this up too. But that'll allow you to take this all place, fold out these side pieces where you can make the back of the truck. Fold this piece all the way down, and that's going to make the rear tailgate. Take this piece here, this is going to slide and make it all the way down here and then push it down. This is a die-cast piece here that's sitting, so that looks really nice. And then this kind of folded up by itself, but we're going to leave that like that. You can bring the head down. Now this is a different transformation depending on which head you have. So if you have the stock head, you're going to take, and we'll move these arms out of the way. You're going to take this actually off of here. So unpeg this from here. You're going to rotate the head, lift up on this little helmet piece, and then you're going to replace this back onto here. So that's the transformation for this head. If you have the other head on there, so I'll just show you that. Just in case you're transforming it with the other head. This one is much simpler. You literally just turn it around and that's it. You're done. So depending on which head you have on there, you do the appropriate thing. So lift up on the head, slide that all the way up, and then fold that down. You're going to take this panel right here. That's going to slide inwards. So collapse this down. All right. Bring this panel down so it sits on top of the head. And then you're going to take this panel and collapse that and tab that in. And that's going to kind of hold all that in there. So it should look something like this. All right, now we can take care of the arms. So come to the inside here. Actually, now I can show you these panels a little more clearly. You want to fold these panels. These are just little cover-up panels for the robot mode. Fold those in. Fold these in. That one already folded. And you can see a little peekaboo here with the head. That works. So take the arms, rotate them 180 degrees so they're sitting like this. Alright, we're going to fold these arms in. Before we do that, I actually forgot to fold the helmet up here. So fold this up. That makes it nice and flat. But you can do that in the previous step when it was not folded in. So go ahead and take these hands, open these up if they don't have them open already. And just splay them out like this, and we'll take care of that in just a second. So we're going to take these arms and unattach this. So it's going to swing out on this armature. Take this whole thing, rotate at the elbow, so this joint is facing the outside, and then this is going to fold inwards, collapse down on that joint, and then the hand is going to sit all the way back and down in here. In the video, they showed it kind of sitting on top of this. I don't think you want that because that's going to provide some collision when you try to put the legs in. So I think this is actually the best place to put it. And then the thumb is going to sit flat inside there. So that's the configuration I use. Then open up this window here on the outside. You're going to bring this whole thing down. And this is going to fit into here. So there's a panel right here that's going to fit into there. And then into the front here. And if you have it right, it should just kind of sit nice and snug. Alright, same on this side. This one doesn't have the complication of the hand. Go ahead and push the nozzle in if you haven't already. Take this, detach this on the armature, rotate the elbow to the outside, and then push this all the way in. And it should sit just like that, so you have the elbow joints facing upwards. Fold out this window. That one seemed to have folded out on its own. And then get this tucked in. So come back here, align all this, and then come to the front and align this one. And it should sit nice and snug like that. Now we're ready for these legs. So you want to take these legs and open them up so it sits down like this. Collapse them down. This can be really tight, so you got to give it some force, but it will go in. Open this panel up, fold this all the way around. This panel here is going to fold down, and this one's going to fold up. It ends up making a little tab right there. That tab's going to go into here. So get that pushed all the way down, and then this all the way inwards. So it should be a little bit on an angle this way. Then you take this up here, and this piece is basically a little indent here to collapse everything. Right, and that should sit down like that. And that's one leg done, so basically do the same thing on the other side. Open up this panel, swing this around, fold this one down, this one up, fold this down, tab it into here as best you can. Open this up, fold that down, and that's going to sit like that. Come to the inside here, there's a little tab that's going to hold the legs together. Fold that down. Come and collapse these and use that tab to attach them together. And let's make sure that went all the way. Okay. So it should end up fully collapsed when you're done, right? Basically, everything is flush down here. These two, make sure these are on an angle. Come down the bottom here, fold these panels up. This is very similar to how Outrider worked. Close down the feet, and it should look like that. All right, once you have all that, come to the outside here and take these wheels. You're going to rotate. So there's a silver side, you're going to make it to the green side. All right, same on this one. You kind of have to pull it a little bit outwards, and then it folds up. It should end up with something like that. So make sure you still have this all tucked and squared away and flush. And once you have that, take this, and this is going to tab into here. So these two slots are going to fit onto these two tabs. Make sure you have this hand folded all the way back and flat in there, and the thumb as well. All right, and these have to clear the inside. So as you're pushing them in, if you see they're not clearing, just back it down and give this a little push inwards. All right, push that in all the way. There we go. And you can see the hand, I don't know if you can see it, but the hand is behind that leg. All right, and the last step here is to take these mirrors. They should be folded down like this, and just push them up all the way. All right, and there we have Hitch in his really quite beautiful vehicle mode. It's got this kind of metallic, shiny green paint. Got the chrome here on the front, orange for the signal lights and blinkers down here. Translucent for the headlights. Side you got the chrome rims, rubber tires. Very, very classic old school feeling. You do have the rear view mirrors here. You can end up folding them unintentionally, but here's the back. You got the red stripe here. Forgot to mention you have the black stripe with the yellow here, and then the red back here. Really nice look. Translucent red and translucent orange on the back there. Very premium looking overall. You can open the doors and get that look. There's nothing to see inside, but you can open the doors. You can also move these out of the way, which will allow you to take this and fold this down. And actually you want to take this panel here, fold that up, and it kind of tabs in, and then you push this all the way down, and it will make the hitch Ha, I get it. The hitch to pull some other vehicles. And let's see if we can tow something. So here's a more recent figure. This is the Outback from FansToys. Now this one has a little bump out here, so that might help it stay on. Let's see. I guess you can tow them like that. Let's see if the rear wheels maybe work. Yeah, it doesn't work all that great with this figure. But you need something with a short wheelbase that'll fit in there. But there you go for the towing capacity. And since we already have him handy for size comparison, there it is next to the FansToys Aussie and the Transform Element Optimus Prime. And looks good, fits in nicely. Obviously same size as the FansToys Outrider, their version of Trailbreaker, but looks good. Fits in nicely. So final thoughts on the FansToys Hitch. Let's start with the positives. I think this is a good looking bot. I have to admit, I didn't think the silver and chrome down here was going to look good because it's not really cartoony, but in person, I really like it. I just think it's a cool looking way to do Hoist. Hoist is a weird looking character. He just looks awkward. He's got these big things hanging off his arms. He's got the wings up here. He's got this scanner thing hanging off his head. I mean, his legs look weird. He's got these big honking thighs and then these chunky knees. He's got wheels hanging out. I mean, he's just a weird looking character. There's no way around it. But if you're going to make him look weird, make him look mature. And I think that's what this color and paint scheme does. I think it does look like that just adult version or a little more mature than the cartoon. Now, if you're like a strict cartoon accuracy kind of person, I think this is going to deviate a little too much for you. But for me, it nails the look close enough, but also has that, kind of adult look. Now, negatives wise, the only thing I really have is these arms still collide. So the shoulders, the way they did the shoulders, the movement there is kind of limited. So you just have to watch out, especially with these rear view mirrors. Those do get in the way. But it is basically the same as Outrider. So other than that, I don't really have any complaints. I do recommend this. It's a great figure, great version of Hoist. Nice quality, nice paint. No scratches or paint chips or anything like that. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.